Hey guys, it's been almost 4 full weeks since my second prolotherapy treatment and checking in. Uh, Everything is better. For a while, my lower back was killing me. He gave me injections like here, and this section was just really, really painful. Like trying to lean down, couldn't do anything. Um, when I was, after 2 weeks when I got back onto the treadmill, couldn't even do the treadmill for long. Had to tap out after 8 minutes on the elliptical. So I was getting really frustrated. But after 3 weeks or I guess only 1 week of frustration, 3 weeks of pain, I suddenly thought, hey, why don't I try and foam roll it out? So I got the lacrosse ball and just pushed it up against what was kind of hurting, and there were definitely some adhesions there, and probably all around my lower back and my hips, like my tensor fasciata and probably my QL and other muscles like that. Uh, they were tight. They were really tight. So once I released them, suddenly I could do all kinds of stuff, and now I'm up to 40 minutes on the treadmill, and nothing has stopped me from doing 45 except maybe boredom. Uh, but my point with all of this is that even with prolotherapy with PRP, how things are getting better, um, like the tissues healing and stuff, the trauma of the injections can, at least with me, my body responds by the muscles knotting up and creating these painful adhesions. So even though you're addressing the structural integrity of your body, you still need to do soft tissue work, like in my case, self-massage. So that I think is super helpful with just, I don't know if it affects recovery, but it just makes me feel a lot better, and it allows me to be active as much as I can. So um, that is my piece of advice. Um, Definitely writing out this, as they call it, Prolo coaster. So there are good days and there are better days. The good days feel like a setback because I know I've experienced better. So I'm like, oh no, I'm going back down. But that's just the way this process seems to work. I'm also hoping that this second treatment that I've had was my last treatment. I'm going to be seeing the doctor. Uh, I'm going to be seeing him, I guess, in another 2 months, something like that. But that's hopefully just going to be a follow-up visit and not a third treatment. My one caution is that not necessarily that he or the treatments haven't been effective. It's just that there has been so much wrong with me that he might have not addressed all of it. Like he found some knots that were these huge areas of pain that are, it's so awkward trying to point to your back, but it's like around here, right where, when I understand, it's the insertion point for a lot of different muscles, like the trap and the rhomboid and maybe the lat. I'm not sure. I just know that it was painful, and he addressed them, and there are a lot of them, and a lot of them feel better, but there's still one, and I would say it's probably where the trap inserts, just the way it feels like that, but it's like right around here. There is a knot that just will not release, and so he might have missed one. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe it's just some soft tissue work just needs to be done. I'm not able to do it by myself. Looking forward to weightlifting this weekend. Starting to weightlift. Obviously, I'm going to do a little bit of my phase one, but I don't really feel like that's going to be necessary as much. Probably going to do it for maybe 4 days or so, just see how I feel, and if I feel all right by then, I'm going to give myself the green light to start that phase two of rehab. And during that, I'm going to take a picture of myself squatting, and I'm going to see if my left hip is working the same way as my right hip. My right hip has already been treated with PRP, prolotherapy, and I think it moves a little bit better than my previously untreated hip. When I would squat, you could see this little action, and so I think that was this hip having more range of motion, being able to sink down more because the femur was in the back of the hip socket, and this one was higher up because the femur was catching on the top of the acetabular rim a little earlier. So what I'm hoping is that with this treating this hip, that it will be able to have as much range of motion as the other hip. It's very subtle. When you look in the mirror, you see that, and asymmetries are really annoying. So I will post the results of that, and just keep on keeping on. Sorry if this is really boring, guys. I try to keep it a little bit entertaining. If you have any questions about prolotherapy or PRP, my experience, just ask them in the comment section below, and I will post probably maybe another month from now. I don't know. This thing is takes time, so